Hello, I am Shamet Horsfield, and I am going to talk about the new paradigm and what being a new paradigm priestess is all about. So, I've been calling myself New Paradigm for over 24 years, so it's not a new word. And actually, when I published my book, my children's book, Om Baby, Child of the Universe, back in, I think it was 2000, when was it? Oh, 2010, 2009. I was called a New Paradigm children's author. And so that kind of coined me online as a new paradigm children's picture book author and illustrator. And that's kind of where it like really began. I created this Om Baby, Child of the Universe character that is all about creating the new paradigm. And so it's fast forward now. Recently, at the end of my Awaken the Priestess Within 9-month training, one of my beautiful, beautiful priestesses asked me, what lineage of priestess are we? And what just channeled right through me was new paradigm. We are new paradigm priestesses. And it wasn't something that I even thought about. It wasn't something that was in my rational mind. I channeled it. It was intuitive. It just came right through my crown, and it channeled through me. And it was just so like embodied, really truly soulfully embodied. And I love that it wasn't something that even had occurred to me. And I have always been new paradigm, for over 24 years. And so new paradigm is not a new word. It is something that we are birthing. We are consciously creating the new paradigm. Many of us are. And it's a really big subject, and there are a lot of different feelings about it. But and not only I as in the small I, but I as in the big I and the we, many of us feel that we are in the awakening, and we are awakening consciousness on the planet and creating and birthing the new paradigm. So for me, the new paradigm is, a circle. It's a circle of that we are all equal, no matter if you have more education, maybe you have a doctorate or you have no education. We're all still equal. And so in my children's book on Baby Child of the Universe, all the different kids are around the planet, and Om Baby is one big I. And he's symbolic of no matter how different we are, even if we're a one-eyed Om Baby from another planet, that we're all one, and that we're all connected through love. And so Om Baby is also the one eye, represents the connection that we all have, that unity connection, that yes, we are the many, and yes, we're all different. Yes, we're like all different snowflakes, but we're all connected through love. And so the new paradigm also with leadership and power is also a circle. So, when I run my priestess trainings, I'm sitting in circle with the women that I am training, and I'm learning from them as well as they're learning from me. And there's an equality. There isn't this hierarchical system of I'm up here and they're down here. And this is the new paradigm. It's like, how can we sit in equality with each other? How can we remove the hierarchy of someone having power over, and how can we have power with? And this is such a beautiful, beautiful energy when you can sit in this circle with women, with people. It's been so incredible for me in my new paradigm thinking, being, embodying the sacred divine feminine leadership, with raising my kids, with being a wife, with working with my clients, with the way that I speak and the way that I perceive and the way that I embody the new paradigm for me is about, the hope of world peace being possible. And, I know that's a big, tall order, but at the same time, I believe that if we can all truly, truly start to embody the new paradigm, and we start, it always starts with self, we birth that new paradigm within us and live that and embody that and start waking everyone else up to the new paradigm and awakening the new paradigm, within ourselves. And then, of course, it just starts to ripple out. And just imagine, I believe that it's possible for everyone to awaken and consciously create the new paradigm. And this is my vision, and this is my dream, and I believe that it is possible. So, the new Paradigm Priestess, she brings the magic to the mundane. She inspires creativity on a day-to-day basis. Like I just finished making lunch for my family, and I brought in my magic into the cauldron of making this beautiful lunch for my children and for my husband. And we sit in that community and share the abundance that this planet brings us, and share in the love of the connection that we have. And then that ripples out, and so it's about bringing the magic to the mundane in a very practical way. I love to bring, these like large concepts to the microcosm, because it's within the microcosm that we then affect the macrocosm. And so, what does that look like? We had a beautiful circle last night where I'm doing Awaken the New Paradigm Within circles once a month. It's a free offering. It was such a beautiful circle that we did last night. We were dancing, we did some chanting, we did some praying, we held space, healing space for the world and for each other. And we shared stories about what does that look like on a practical day-to-day level. It's all very well to say, oh, we're birthing the new paradigm, but what does that look like? Here's a couple examples. You see someone at the grocery store, you say, hi, how is your day going? How you doing? And just and saying something nice to them. Oh, you look beautiful today. I went to immigration yesterday, and I said to the lady, oh, wow, you look so beautiful today. I love your hair. And she just lit up. She lit up, and her eyes started sparkling, and her cheeks blushed, and she said, oh, thank you. And she was so grateful. She was so grateful for that, that insertion of being seen and being respected and being honored. And so how can we honor ourselves? How can we celebrate ourselves? And how can we honor and celebrate, the people that are working at the grocery store during coronavirus, It's like, how do we walk in the world every day? How do we walk in this world? And you never know the impact that you have in somebody's world. And so it is in every moment, with every situation, that we are birthing the new paradigm. And I'll leave you with this story as well. We're sharing in circle, and I said, does anyone have a share? And one of the beautiful priestesses that has come through my training, she's incredible, such a powerful mover and shaker on the world. And she said, wow, Shemet, because what came through, I was channeling, and what came through was big shifts are already happening. The new paradigm's already birthing, and I could see lots of shifts that are happening on the planet right now. And we always hear the bad news and, everything that's wrong in the world. But I felt like, hang on, something really powerful is happening right now. And she shared, and she said, yeah, it's true, Shemet. The indigenous culture in Australia is actually standing up and joining forces and putting down their issues that they have with each other and saying, okay, you know what, let's put this down and let's focus on what's important. Let's unite. Let's, put our issues to the side and let's choose to be sovereign. And they've opened up to connecting with everyone, every tribe, every nation, no matter what differences. Let's just put the differences to the side. And that just wow, it really opened me up. It's like, okay, we're doing it. It's happening. And the indigenous are the roots. They're the dreamers in Australia. They're the dreamers. The Aborigines, they're the dreamers. And they're the roots of Mother Gaia. And they're saying, okay, let's put this to the side and let's create sovereignty. And they've invited everyone, every tribe, every nation. Doesn't matter if you are white or you're whatever color you are. And, this is Om Baby, my little character that I channeled years ago. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're black or you're white or you're blue or you have two eyes or you have one eye, if you're from Earth or you're from the stars. Like, let's unite. Let's focus on what is important. And so when I say that I'm a new paradigm priestess, it's not that I'm not acknowledging the lineages of all the different priestesses that came before me. It's not that I'm not honoring, if someone has a PhD or they have this, mastership in this particular thing, or you were born into it. You were born in as a medicine man or a medicine woman or a shaman, or you're a third, fourth, fifth generational priestess or healer. It's not that I'm not honoring all of that, because I am. And I do honor the lineages, of course. What I'm saying is that we now are in an urgent state where we need to just put all that down and focus on what is important. What is important? Love, love, awakening, our love, our compassion, our kindness, our forgiveness, our equality, our dream of unification. And so, to me, in the state of where we are in humanity, in the world, in my opinion, we need to put all that down and focus on what is really important. Saving the planet is a big one. Like the change makers, the people that are, on the earth, on Mother Gaia, working hard to help the planet so that we don't all die. I think that's probably one of the number one important things that we need to be doing right now. And in order, in the way that I can help, we all have different ways, but the way that I can help is by awakening men and women. I mostly work with women, but awakening them and filling up their cups so their cups are full and overflowing. I help women and men step into their soul path purpose so they can do the work that they've come here to do. And so, the priestesses, the goddesses that work with me, they step into the power of who they are, and then they go and make change. So that's my contribution. That's my soul path purpose, is to help other people step into their soul path purpose. And if my vision, what I believe is, if everyone is awakened to what their soul path purpose is, then just imagine everyone waking up, everyone that has come here to do what they're meant to do, to be who they came here to be, and fulfill their life path purpose. Then that is when change is really going to start to take place. And that lights me up. That is exciting. And I've watched it happen. Not everyone that comes through my training ends up becoming a priestess. I mean, they're a priestess, but they may not work as a priestess. They may be working in politics, or they're a doctor, or they're a lawyer, or they're, a healthcare provider. I'm trying to think of, or they're a private investigator, working, in a very, very new paradigm, let's change the world kind of way. And they take that priestess power, that awakened intuition, and that awakened soul path purpose and power that is within them, and then they bring that into what they have come here to do. And, I've also got some politicians that have come through my training, and they're in the inside, shifting and changing and moving things from the inside out. And so some are working from the outside in, some are working from the inside out. And I love that there's undercover priestesses doing incredible, incredible light work, light leaders on the planet, moving and shaking and awakening and birthing, consciously creating the new paradigm. So for me, the new paradigm is based on love. It's based on, waking everyone up so that we can consciously create world peace, happiness, love, enjoyment, and enjoying peace on earth, heaven on earth. To me, heaven is on earth. It's right here, right now. And let's do that. Let's create that together. And I believe it's so possible. And hearing that the indigenous tribes in Australia are saying, let's be sovereign, let's unify. And they've invited everyone to join them. And I just think, wow, this is beautiful. This is an answer to my prayers. I'm part Native American, I'm part Cherokee, and I can feel that right down into my roots. It goes right down into Mother Gaia. And when I cry like this, it's like, I'm so happy. It's a relief. It's like, okay, it's really happening. It is really happening. So I wanted to share the good news. So much amazing, amazing shifts are taking place on the planet. And, sometimes it's tricky because we don't see that or feel that because there's so much heaviness and so much darkness. But remember that in order for the light to really shine, the darkness has to be uncovered. The veil is lifting. We are getting to see. And when you shine a bright light in dark places, you then begin to see everything that needs to shift and change. And now, because we're all so connected on social media all over the planet, it's a lot to take in, right? So there's a lot going on, but I want to remind you that even though there's a lot of sadness, and believe me, I feel the sadness. I almost canceled my Awaken the New Paradigm Within circle last night because I felt the heaviness. I felt the sadness. We're really close to what's happening in Ukraine, and we went to immigration yesterday to sort out our immigration, and there's a lot going on, and so I felt that heaviness. Being an empath, I could feel it, and it's really emotional. But I also know that the circle is as much there to hold me as I am there to hold everyone that sits in circle with me. So I said, no, I'm going to show up. I'm going to keep showing up, even when I'm sad, even when I'm upset, even when I feel that heaviness and that weight of grief. As the old paradigm crumbles, and it's crumbling, it's not sustainable. It doesn't work anymore. It hasn't been working for a long time. And so the old paradigm is crumbling. And as that crumbles, there can be confusion, and there can be, lots of energy just that you don't understand, like what is happening, confusion and things, chaos, right? So it's about sitting in circle, really sitting in circle, having that support. I started the circle, the Awaken the New Paradigm circle last night, and I was just honest. I said, look, I'm feeling really emotional. Is there someone in the circle that would like to begin the circle and create a meditation? And, this is the new paradigm too, is you don't have to do everything alone, that you can ask for support. And a new paradigm leader knows how to ask for support when they need it. So I gave that over, and I asked for what I needed. And this beautiful priestess that's actually come through my training, she stepped up and she said, I would love to. And she guided such a beautiful, beautiful journey for the group. It was magical. And I was able just to step back and to be held in my own circle. And to me, that is leadership, of knowing when to step back and have someone else lead, and to be able to be led, that you don't always have to be the one, leading, that you can actually step back and have other people hold you. And so it was so powerful. It was so beautiful last night. And we ended up all getting up and dancing and toning and praying and meditating and eating chocolate and celebrating life together, praying together, sending our healing energy out into the world, and raising our own vibration within the circle. We brought in beautiful sunflowers, circles and circles of sunflowers surrounding the planet, surrounding us. It was so beautiful. Everyone left on a high note, a high energy. Our frequency, our vibration was lifted, and we were all buzzing and felt so much love and connection. So it was beautiful. And I invite each and every one of you that are listening to this to join us once a month for our Awakening the New Paradigm Within circles, where we not only bring in healing energy for ourselves and for everyone in the circle, but we also bring that healing out into the planet, out to humanity, to bring light to dark places and be the lighthouses, be the light leaders. And it always starts with us. We always fill up our cup, make sure that's filling over, and then we bring that to the planet. And so wanted to share that with you. I hope you've enjoyed this new Paradigm Priestess energy, and so many blessings, so much love to you, to your community and to the world so many abundant priestess blessings to you.